What's up, spectators? Welcome back to the episode of Hotel Dusk, Last Window. Yep. It's only been half a year, I think, since the last one, so no big deal. I'm sure all of you know exactly what we're doing, so we don't need a recap at all. We can just go right into it and go to Mags's room. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. Even I'm struggling to remember the story. Maybe I could, refresh people's memories by saying buzzwords that might help. Niles' company, Dylon and his creepiness. What else we got? Condor, something about Condor. Crap. Which one's Mags's room? Ah, here you go. Mags's room. All right. Hello? Who is it? Kyle Hyde. Why does he gotta say his full name? You know who you are. Oh, Mr. Hyde. You said 4 o'clock. Care to open the door? I got something really important that we need to talk about. Sorry. I'm a little busy. Could we continue the chat from this morning another time? Are you serious? Now isn't a very good time. Please come back later. Sounds like she's hostage. Now what? Maybe I should just head back upstairs and try again later. Good. I'm glad they made me come all the way downstairs to send me back to my room. What else is a guy with no hobbies to do at 4 p.m. on a whatever day it is? Mr. Hyde. Great. Now Frank wants me. As we all remember, Frank is the ex-detective who is like a little bulldog, and it's hard to really get any information out of him, but he's really grumpy all the time. I thought we were meeting later. What do you want? You were in Dylon's room earlier, am I right? Yeah. He looked quite agitated when he left. May I ask what happened? Oh, that's right. Everyone is so nosy. No, he's gone. Shut up. He left? As it turns out, he's on Niles' payroll. Once I'd managed to get that out of him, he fled. It's all slotting into place, as people say. Slotting into place. Not falling, slotting. Looks like it's true about him being the person Niles sent here then. It seems my instincts haven't let me down after all. This dude's just trying to be relevant. Did you suspect Dylon? In a manner of speaking. Did you manage to uncover something about Dylon then? Not directly, but I noticed how defensive he was. So what put you onto him? There was something strange about him. Something he just couldn't hide. Kinda like a smell that can only be picked up by seasoned detectives like me. Ah yes, that's what I love about police and detectives. Lack of evidence. Guess he sets off your detective instincts. That's just your bubbly bowels. Yes, you could say that. That I've been tooting the smell of guilty crime. Frank, I'm not gonna miss you, Frank. I noticed that his movements seemed deliberate, and they were done to match hers. Mrs. Patrice, of course. And when you understand what kind of woman she is, as I do, more detective instincts, no doubt, you would appreciate that Dylon's movements are rather suspicious. That was the motivation behind me wanting to investigate where he was frequenting. What kind of woman? Of course, I had my own information about her, but after hearing yours, I deduced that Mrs. Patrice is quite clearly the wife of a villain. Her late husband, George Patrice, was a close friend of Michael McGrath, the one-time owner of Hotel Cape West. He also just happened to be the prime suspect in the murder of Kathy McGrath. You told me that you were able to have a conversation with Michael's son. I would think that he would have told you, then, that he had marked a certain individual as Kathy's murderer. And that individual was George Patrice. Precisely. This was the same conclusion that the first detective on the case came to. So, George Patrice was the number one suspect, huh? That's what the detective in charge of the original case thought, at least. At the time of the victim's death, he was absent from the party and without an alibi. Conveniently for him, though, his wife Margaret provided him with an alibi later on. Do you believe he was responsible for the murder? I must admit I do. I see. Not only that, I also firmly believe that he knew the whereabouts of the missing Scarlet Star. And if Niall had been using Dylon to watch Mrs. Patrice, then there's no doubt. Let me get this straight. Earlier, you said there was only one person who knew where the Scarlet Star was, and that person was the hotel manager, Michael McGrath. Why then would you say that George Patrice knew? I meant that McGrath was the only person working at the hotel who knew. But when we're talking about George Patrice, Condor's ringleader, well, I find it hard to believe he didn't know all there was to know. There's something more I have to say about the Scarlet Star. Good, don't say it. Let me ask you about it first. But not before I ask this. Where was Dylon frequenting? The 4th floor in the basement. Vacant rooms, too. He also tended to enter other tenants' rooms, insisting he was merely doing maintenance. I can't tell you how many times I spotted him leaving room 306, for example. It goes without saying that he would enter Mrs. Patrice's room as well. Maybe he just gets around. Maybe the ladies find him irresistible with his rock collection. What do you think he was up to? Monitoring and information gathering, all to find clues to locate the Scarlet Star. So, Dylon knew about it too. They let some underling know about the Scarlet Star. What else do you know? I had intended to talk about that in the cafe. Come on, you've mentioned this much. I think you need to tell me everything. You're very persuasive, Mr. Hyde. This is how I see it. Michael McGrath was in possession of the Scarlet Star, but when his wife was killed off, he naturally became frightened and hid it where nobody else would find it. You mean like in a building that used to be a hotel? Indeed. And I'm positive that he left some sort of means to locate it again later on. He must have figured that, at some point, somebody would try to obtain the Scarlet Star. He thought that someone would come looking for it. Yes, the same people that knew the truth behind its disappearance. But who are those people? Condor ringleader George Patrice and his wife, Margaret. Mike Porter and Peter Rivet too, naturally. Niall would have been aware as well. Yes, let's throw out all the names we can. Mike and Peter were part of Marie's family. The only ones to survive up till the present day are Mrs. Patrice and Niall. Out of all the people who knew the truth behind how the Scarlet Star disappeared, only Mrs. Patrice and Niall are left. Hold on! Frank. Have you been frank with me, Frank? There's one more person who knew about the disappearance of the Scarlet Star. There is? You. You know exactly how it came to be missing, don't you? If you won't come clean now, I'll have to kill you. Fine, have it your way. The reason I've been looking into the events of this building's past is to restore a certain reputation. Whose reputation needs restoring? Mine, of course. Yours. 25 years ago, I was part of the investigation into Condor. During this investigation, I learned something about Hotel Cape West. I found out that this was where Condor conducted their fencing of stolen jewelry. Soon after that, an internal investigation took place, and I was removed from the case. I believe I was the victim of a conspiracy perpetrated by a certain person. What kind of conspiracy? It was a plot to remove the person poised to unveil the truth about Condor. Not only did he ruin my good name, but he also deepened his allegiance with Niall. This person, the one who orchestrated the conspiracy. Are you talking about Hugh Speck? Are you talking about the mayoral candidate, Hugh Speck? I am. He rants incessantly about crushing crime, which got him into the world of politics. But the truth is, it's all a front. He doesn't mean a word of it. I'll tell you now, my ultimate aim is to bring him and his corruption down. If I can do that, I have no doubt my reputation will be restored. Mr. Hyde, listen to me. I must sound like some doddering old fool. Oh yes. I was once just a plain and simple, stupid detective who wanted for nothing. Oh, I thought he was talking about Kyle Hyde. Never mind. When I was younger, I was bad-tempered and eager to prove myself. Even though I didn't conform with the norm, I did my job and fought for justice. Then that man and his damned internal investigation stripped me of everything. And all of a sudden, I was just a cog in the machine, working behind a desk. But there was one thing they couldn't take away from me, and that was my pride. I quit my job and vowed to uncover the truth behind what happened. Let me get this straight. Your reason for searching for dirt on Hugh Speck is to try and expose the link between Niall and the LAPD. I'm positive, Mr. Hyde, that the Scarlet Star lays hidden somewhere in this building. If I can only find it, I know it'll prove to be an invaluable piece of evidence. Michael McGrath definitely left some sort of clue behind before he died. Something that'll enable me to finish what I've been trying to do all these years. So, you've been trying to find some sort of clue up on the 4th floor. Yes, but all my efforts appear to have been in vain. I've not found a thing. There's always a chance that somebody got to it before me and moved it though. Moved it? That reminds me, didn't Dylon say something? It's Marie and that Patrice woman, of course. Patrice especially. I'm sure she's still hiding something in her room. There's no mistaking it if you've watched her like I have. Creep. What are you thinking about? Would I be wrong if I suspected you of knowing something? Perhaps something about the place Michael McGrath hid that clue. Dream on. If I knew something about that, you think I'd still be gassing to you? Then forgive me. It's just that the look you had on your face made me think so. You must tell me if you know something. Steady on, Granddad. That tone will get you nowhere. I told you I don't know. You're lying. Look, when I say I don't... Okay, here we go.
You can't drink me, Mr. Hyde.
I'm not agitated, you're agitated. I just need to be sure you weren't attempting to hide anything from me. Well, Mr. Hyde, since we appear to have exhausted this line of conversation, I see no need to meet in the cafe after all. I assume you agree? Good day. Thank God. Shut up, Frank. Shut up, Kyle. Both of you shut up. Guess he won't give up until he's found Michael McGrath's secret. Alrighty. Somebody's coming down the stairs. Who dat? Oh my God, not again. No! Can you... Really? Mr. Hyde, can you spare a moment? I've missed your good conversation. God, when did I last see you? Oh, has it been 2, maybe 4 seconds? What? I thought we said all we needed to say. I want to apologize for how I acted just now. Nobody cools off that fast. That's like if you went, see you never, and you just do a 360 and go, you know what, I apologize. I didn't intend to make you angry. It's just like you said. I am looking for some kind of evidence on Hugh Speck. And that's why I need to find what Michael McGrath left behind. I was curious to see what we could turn up if we put our minds together. Do you have any idea where it might be hidden? I'm sure it's in one of 2 places. Either the 4th floor in a place I haven't checked yet, or inside Mrs. Patrice's room. In Mags's room, there's a very high likelihood that something is hidden in there. I was hoping you might have already discovered something on one of your visits. But since it appears you haven't, spit it out. What do you want? If you got something you want to say, rather you just said it. Very well. Would you be willing to team up with me so we can search Mrs. Patrice's room? Seriously? You're the only one who I can talk to candidly regarding this. Let's say I agree. How are you proposing we go about searching her place? My plan is to ask her to meet me in the cafe, where I'll keep her talking for an hour or so. During which time, you can take a thorough look around her room. And the small matter of a key? Don't you worry about that. I'll see that she leaves the door unlocked. You can leave that side of the operation to me. Does Mags know you've been looking into Condor? I doubt it, Mr. Hyde. As far as I can tell, she suspects nothing. I'm sure you're just as eager to have a closer look around her room as I am, Mr. Hyde. Am I right? Maybe. Then it's settled. I'll go and ask her to join me in the cafe. As soon as she's left her room and come with me to the cafe, you should go inside. What you're looking for is Yeah, I know. You want me to find something left behind by Michael McGrath. Precisely. Once you're done with your search, come to the cafe. We can discuss what you find after you arrive. Got it. Then we'll regroup. Yes, I get it. Alrighty. I can hear voices. Yes, I understand. Then let's go to the cafe. I hear they make great McFlurries. The sound of footsteps and the two voices trail off towards the cafe. What am I doing? Why am I knocking? I'm just too polite is all. I don't know how he did it, but the door's unlocked. Yeah, we don't need that explanation. Secret mission. Rifle through Max's room for clues is now in effect. Okay. Okay. Let's actually skip this room and go to the main room. But it looks like there are even more rooms here. Her bedroom. I'd better search here too. Oh. Okay. Alright. First, what is this, a door? I doubt anything's gonna be in here, so I'm just gonna step back out. Let's start with the usual suspects. A bookcase that's showing its age. Through the glass, I can see rows of books with discolored spines. I don't need to waste any more time looking at this. Really? Alright. It's only got lots of shelves to store things, and things are what we're looking for, but alright. Let's check over here. Her dresser looks like one that a refined lady might use. A necklace, a mirror, and various other small accessories. Come on. Nail polish and lipstick are just some of the thrilling items found in this box. Mag sure has a lot of makeup. A makeup box covered in slightly cracked leather. Looks like it's empty. Okay. This closet is pretty big. Mags must have a lot of clothes. There's something covered in a white cloth stuffed into a corner of the closet. What the hell's that? Maybe I should open it up? Is it gonna be interactive? Oh, no. There's a nice looking ornamental wooden box inside. Wonder what's inside this thing. Whoa! A music box. Wait. There's something stuck in the drum. Looks like a key? What's a key doing in here? Oh, okay. Can I spin it around faster? No. Alright, just give it a second. I'll be able to take it out once it spins around. Come on. Oh, no, I missed it! Ah! I dropped my stylus. Come on! Wait, what? The music stopped. What the hell am I supposed to do? Oh my god, are you making me start over? Oh, okay, let's try again. Yank it out. Now, 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 now. Why? Here we go. I think I can move the key if I push this thing. What? Wait, what the?